Welcome back to a new episode of Cvtv Broadcasting, the show that puts the community's news into perspective. I'm Talar Alexandrian.
And I'm Odalis Suarez. And now let's go to Talar with our first story.
At the Wednesday board meeting of the Glendale Unified School District, a very special student was honored. 8-year-old Justin Flores attends College View School and is autistic. He and his twin brother Noah can only communicate through signs, gestures, and some verbal communication. For some, this may sound like limitations, but not in Justin's case. Justin was honored at the meeting by the school board and the Glendale Fire Department for his heroic efforts in saving his brother's life.
Wow, that was touching. Well, going to Vegas is usually a time for gambling, seeing flashy shows, and visiting smaller versions of world-famous landmarks. But for members of the Crescenta Valley Sheriff's Station, the trip to Desert Mecca pushed their, quote, endurance to the limit and solidified their teamwork attitude, end quote. For over 20 years, the Baker to Vegas Challenge Cup Relay Race has brought Southern California law enforcement together in a friendly, yet challenging competition. The race began with Los Angeles police officers Chuck Foote and Larry Moore in 1985 as a way to bring law enforcement together to promote health and unity. The race covered 120 miles that were broken down into 20 separate legs for 20 runners. The 2008 run was the largest turnout in the race's history, with 4,840 total runners. They began on April 19th just outside of Baker in the Mojave Desert, and on April 20th concluded in Las Vegas. Well, we've been anticipating that warm spring weather to arrive soon, so let's see what Arami has in store for us in this week's 5-day forecast. Arami?
Thanks, Odalis. Well, today, as you can see, was quite warm with the temperature at about 76 degrees. It was a great way to start the new month of May. Friday will be at its peak with a temperature at 79 degrees, making it a perfect Friday to go out. However, the weekend will lead us to temperatures at 75 on Saturday and 72 on Sunday. Finally, on Monday, we will start off the new week with a temperature at 74 degrees. So for the next 5 days, go out and take advantage of the new spring weather.
Thanks, Arami. Now let's go back to Talar with our next top news story.
Thanks, Odalis. Over spring break, Mobile Modular delivered and positioned temporary classrooms in the teachers' parking lot at Crescenta Valley High School, necessitated by extensive damage to buildings during heavy rains in 2004-2005. In 2002, the high school completed a $41 million remodeling project. About 2 years later, when heavy rains hit, leaks were found in the buildings 1,000, 5,000, 6,000, and 7,000. The district contracted a diagnostic-type review and found several problems, including window installation. They also found mold in ceilings and wall cavities. The district is now in litigation with the companies that were involved with the construction. They estimate the cost of the repairs to be between $6 to $8 million.
In 1932, home of Dr. Benjamin Briggs on 4334 Briggs Avenue was honored by the Crescenta Valley Town Council and the Historical Society of the Crescenta Valley. The home was the first to be designated as an honored historic home by both the Town Council and the Historical Society. The current owners of the home, Dr. George Shapiro and Robin Muzingo Goodwin, were awarded with a certificate in appreciation for their continuous care for the historical home. Dr. Benjamin Briggs was the founder of the name La Crescenta and one of the first inhabitants of the city. Well, that's all the time we have here from Cvtv.
We would like to thank the Valley Sun for their continuous contributions to make this program possible.
If you're interested in reading more about the stories you heard tonight, pick up a Crescenta Valley Sun newspaper at your local stands today.
See you next Thursday, same time and same place.
And have a good night.